takes it in overtime. Brady Tkachuk, breakaway shoots, scores!
Welcome to SENS Talk. My name is Brandon, and I am your host tonight. Ottawa took on the New York Rangers for the first time. The Senators tonight wore their reverse retro. It's why I'm wearing the Senecath jersey right now. You can see on your screen right now the jerseys that they wore. I actually kind of like them much more than I did when they were first released. I think the numbers, especially on the back, the big numbers, really pop on the broadcast. And overall, they look pretty solid. I still would put a little bit more red and stuff like that. I think the jersey still looks way too similar to their regular home jerseys, but overall, I think they're much better than I thought they were going to look on the broadcast on the ice. So definitely more of a fan than I was earlier on the reverse retros. Still not the greatest jersey ever, but they're definitely growing on me. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below if you're a fan or not of these reverse retros. Now, before we get into the game recap with New York, a big update before the game today. Josh Norris is skating once again. Of course, he's been out for quite a while now with an injury. There is still no timetable for a return for Josh Norris, but they're not going to rush him, which is huge. It's a positive sign that he is skating as well. So we will wait and see. But once again, we might see Josh Norris sometime after the new year in January. It's very possible. But once again, they're not trying to rush him. They're going to let him decide when he's ready to come back. So far, no timetable once again, but it is great to see Josh Norris skating. Now, before tonight's game, Ottawa has won 2 straight games. Look at your screen right now. Mwah! What a beautiful pass the other night in LA from Tim Stützle to Claude Giroux. A nifty 200-foot backhand saucer pass and a beautiful finish from Claude Giroux to win it in overtime. Ottawa going into tonight's game has won 2 straight, looking for 3 against the Rangers. Now, the Rangers, speaking of the Rangers, have lost 3 straight games. So this is a game where Ottawa can really capitalize on a team struggling right now. They've lost 3 in a row, and they are as well starting Yaroslav Halak. Now, this is not the Halak of the early 2010s. He has not been great this year. He hasn't even won a game this year. He is 0-5-1 on the season with a 3.20 goals against average and an .881 save percentage. So with the Senators winning 2 games in a row, finally looking on the upswing, the Rangers looking on the downswing, with a goaltender that has not won in the NHL this year, it looks like a slam dunk victory for the Senators tonight, right? Wrong. The Senators, once again, disastrous loss. They lose this one 3-1, and this is a game where if you want to get back into the race, you need to win games like this, and we just don't. We make Yaroslav Halak, who hasn't won a single game this season, a below 900 save percentage and above 3 goals against average, look like a Vezina candidate. I don't know what to say anymore. This team is ruining my life, and I don't want to take the words from Steve Dangle. He said that many times, but this team is actually ruining my life. Imagine right now, if you're a Sens fan, the amount of time you put into this, this franchise, all the passion, the energy, the devotion. Imagine you put that into something else that can truly help society. I'm sure by now we would have some medical breakthroughs or whatever. It's unbelievable how much time we waste on this team and they don't improve. It's unbelievable. It's the same story every single game. Every game. And when you're at home, you've won 2 straight games, you gotta beat a goalie like Yaroslav Halak. It's unbelievable. And I mean, come on. Come on. This team talks, and you know what? I'll say this right now. I don't want to hear DJ Smith saying we played hard or we didn't get the bounces. I don't want to hear any of those BS excuses, all right? At the end of the day, we're bottom 5 in the NHL. We're double-digit out of a playoff spot. It's 10 points, the differential between us and Pittsburgh for the final wildcard spot. 10 points! 10 points! We're a quarter into the season. How the hell are we going to make up that ground? Once again, I don't want to hear the excuses from DJ Smith. Take some accountability, please. Brady Tkachuk has already taken accountability. Some of the other guys in the locker room, like Claude Giroux, they've taken accountability. But I need to hear the coach take accountability too. It shouldn't just be on the players. At a certain point, it's clearly on the coaching and the systems as well. And once again, I'll see what DJ Smith says post-game. But I can't. It's the same thing every single time. We lose the game, a game where we probably should have won. We got more chances than the other team. And for some reason, the coach has the same old excuse that we played hard, we didn't get the bounces. Well, guess what? That sounds nice and all, but we need actual responses. We need an actual answer to what is going on here. With all the additions we brought in this offseason, a 40-plus goal scorer, a Hall of Famer in Claude Giroux, you got Shane Pinto down the middle, you got Tim Stützle playing some of his best hockey we've ever seen. Tkachuk has like 9 points in his last 8 games. Of course, Drake Batherson, who hasn't looked the greatest the last few games, has had a good season overall. Our top 6 is producing. Our bottom 6 has let us down incredibly. And I don't know what's happened. Maybe the Josh Norris injury has been larger of an impact on the team than we would have thought, especially through the middle. But the bottom 6 has disappeared, and the top 6 is kind of being strangled, if you know what I mean. There's too much reliance on them. So when you have the bottom 6 struggling, you have the top 6 producing a little bit. The second line's a little iffy, but the first line's producing at least. And then you have defense where, I don't want to call out Travis Hamonic. He had a couple of questionable plays today, including one of those goals were on a failed attempt to clear the zone. One of those plays, by the way, it wasn't a goal, but he cleared the puck in the third period. It was late in the third period, and he just slammed the puck 200 feet down the ice for an intentional icing, when he had time to, skate out of the zone and clear it out. So Hamonic tonight, not a great game. And when you have defense that consistently gives up shots from the point that are tipped out front, that go past the goalie and in, I mean, I don't know what you want from Cam Talbot. He's looked great the last few games. He has like above 925, 930 save percentage the last 4 games. There's not much else you can do if you're Cam Talbot. If you're Ottawa's defense, you clear the guy out front. Don't let them take the shots from the point. And that's what you got to do. It's very obvious that there's an issue with Ottawa and players on the opposing team going through the middle consistently. All 3 goals tonight for the Rangers were goals tipped out front through the middle. I guess the first one's a little different from Jimmy Vesey. You can see on the screen here. It was a shot from the point like the other ones, but it was deflected. Stopped, big rebound, and then a goal there. I don't really know what you want from Cam Talbot. The point is this, okay? The Senators, on all 3 goals tonight, left a man out front to get the tip. No one is clearing the front of the net, and that's going to result in goals in the back of your net, no doubt. They're allowing shots from the point without any pressure whatsoever. And before those 2 things happen, more often than not, it's due to the Senators failing to clear the puck out of their own zone. Instead of chipping it off the boards or, chipping it off the glass, the Senators, for some reason, love to throw it right through the middle. And that often will get intercepted. We saw that happen a couple times tonight, a couple times ending up in the back of our net. And overall, the defense continues to turn it over. The bottom 6 continues to underperform. And the first line is really the only line for Ottawa doing anything. So, once again, you can say we're playing hard. You can say we're not getting the bounces. But in reality, we're just not performing. And the coach has to say that. Take some accountability. Why is the team not performing? Why does the team continually look dead on the ice? When your playoff hopes are literally on life support. It's November, by the way, and it's already on life support. They should be playing out there with a fire under their butts, okay? And they're playing dead and flat out there, and that's on the coach. But you got to fire up the boys, and he's not. And I really hope DJ Smith takes some accountability after this one, because you know what? You're at home. You're winning 2 in a row, going into 3 in a row potentially with a win tonight, and they play flat. And they get chances, but they play overall flat. It's unbelievable. For a team like Ottawa tonight, where they actually played pretty well overall, got a lot of good chances, they couldn't bury the puck. And I just want to hear why. Why is this continually happening? So once again, it's the same story game after game after game, and I really want to see if DJ Smith takes some accountability here for this one, because at the end of the day, the players aren't performing, and you're the coach. It's your job to get the guys going. If they're not going right now, I'd love to see what he says post-game. And I'm also interested, of course, to see what the players have to say. I mean, look, you're bottom 5 in the league when you should be top 15, top 20 at least, in my opinion. You should be in the conversation for the playoffs. And they're just losing in the same way, same fashion every single game. So you know what? I don't know what to say anymore. The team is frankly ruining my life. It seems to be the same video after every single game. I can probably upload a video from like 2 weeks ago, switch up a couple parts of the video, upload it here, and you probably won't even tell the difference because it's probably the same exact game script. So, you know what? On a positive note, Tim Stützle and Jake Sanderson tonight once again looked fantastic, very calm under pressure, especially in our own zone. Jake Sanderson especially, when he has 2 or 3 guys coming at him, very, very calm, cool, and collected. clear, concise zone exits. Fantastic player. This guy's going to be a start for a very long time. And Tim Stützle, I mean, he looks fantastic the last few games. That first line's really starting to gel, really starting to click. And Stützle is the main reason why. Now, Talbot tonight had 32 stops. He looked fantastic again, making some big stops. And once again, on those 3 goals, they were all tipped out front. I don't really know what you want from him there. Like I said already in this video, the first one from Jimmy Vesey, I mean, it was a deflection off a big rebound and then a goal. I guess you could say maybe clean up the rebound, but where's the defenseman out front to begin with? It shouldn't be free real estate there for Jimmy Vesey. There should be a defenseman out there pushing him. So, once again, I don't really know what you want there from Cam Talbot, but 32 stops, another good game for him. He's looked fantastic his last 4 games. He has like a .925, .930 save percentage, a below 2.5 goals against average in those games, and yet he has only won 2 out of 4. It's unbelievable. This team is not giving him a chance. Once again, this team has now lost 8 of 9 at home. That's right, 8 of their last 9 games at home. What do you want from the fans? You expect the fans to show out in numbers when they're losing nearly every game at home in this economy? I'm not getting political, but money's tight right now for anyone really in this country or the world, and you're not going to be able to afford for a family of 4 with the price of parking and tickets and the fees from Ticketmaster and let's say you get food at the game as well. You're talking at least $200-300, not including gas. I mean, it's just unaffordable. So when you're losing games in embarrassing fashion, frankly, when it's not even entertaining, and on top of that, the economy right now is tough, especially for the average person. You're not going to get a lot of people out of games. It just makes sense. So they got to start turning that around, not only because, the season's kind of lost, but as well financially. I mean, they got to start getting some fans in the seats, and that will only happen if they start winning some games. So 8 out of their last 9 games they've lost. There's really no excuse for that. Especially at home. I mean, DJ Smith, he has a much better record at home than away, purely because he can control the face-offs and the matchups, the line matchups at home. He has the last change, for example, right? So just losing 8 out of your last 9 really shows how maybe the team needs a new voice in the locker room and new systems to play with, because something is not working. And when you're losing a lot of games at home, that's definitely an indicator something's not working. Now, Ottawa has now lost 12 out of their last 16 as well. They've gone 4-11-1 in that stretch while getting outscored 56-42. Shout out to Jack Richardson for that stat. It's just they're getting outplayed, and it's the same story every single game where either it's, a bad bounce where it doesn't go in for Ottawa, or a shot from the point gets deflected out front, goes in for the other team against Ottawa. And I'm just tired. I'm just tired of the same damn thing every single game. And, I love making these videos. I'm not going to stop anytime soon, but I'm already ranting now for 14, 15 minutes. I don't know what this team can do anymore, okay? That's just what it is. I mean, you could say the same thing. Oh, yeah, we got to, play smarter hockey, stop dumping it in, control zone exits, control zone entries. But at the end of the day, with this coaching staff still here and these systems still in place, things are not going to change. And I love DJ Smith. I think he's a really cool guy. I think he's a really interesting character, and it's a shame that I want him to be fired because I think he is, like I said, a fun guy. But this is a business, and he's not getting results, and when you're not getting results, you shouldn't stick around. So once again, Sanders lose. They just can't string some wins together now. We're near the end of November, now. It's November 30th. Next game, I think, will be on the 1st or 2nd of December. And the Sounders are out of the playoff race. I'm sorry. It's kind of frankly done. They are 10 points out of the final playoff spot. They do have a couple games in hand, I believe. Unless they have a huge December and they win like 2 out of 3 games, basically, they go on a 66% winning percentage in December. Good luck. Good luck making the playoffs. It's just another season where, especially this season with all the additions we brought in, it's another season where we expected a lot and we were let down again. So I'll see you guys probably on Friday when Ottawa takes on the Rangers again in New York in Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena in the world. Hopefully that can maybe get the boys fired up. But just another tough loss. Same old. And I'm getting tired of it, and I'm sure you are as well. So I'll see you in the next video. I appreciate your support. Stick around. We'll get through the SENS Army, and I'll see you in the next one. Go SENS.